Rick with G12 Communications this evening, here to talk to you about cloud PBX services, why your company is most likely a great candidate for moving to cloud PBX services. I'll put on from G12 at the end there, but really it's moving to any cloud PBX solution. So there are a ton of reasons why you should, but I'm going to give you 5 reasons. Not 4.5. I know I get some feedback for the pinky there, but it's 5 reasons why you should move to cloud PBX services. So just before we get into that, though, I do want to say something, some insight here. We help companies, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of companies, move to the cloud, to our cloud PBX services. Right? We help tons of companies every single year. So what we see is companies go through the process of choosing which solution to go with. They make that decision over and over and over again, and we're right there with them. Right, we're making that decision with every single company. So we've seen the decision-making process over and over and over. What that means for you is you may be going through this decision process, and it may be your first or second migration to the cloud, but we've seen it literally thousands of times now over the course of our experience. So take our experience, and I'll let you know that the majority of companies out there would be better suited on a cloud PBX services. Now, finding the right one is a different story, and it's a different video. But right now, I guarantee you the likelihood is your company, if you're the IT guy, you are well suited for a cloud PBX solution. So let's get to the 5 reasons. So number 1, the likelihood is, if you are particularly with G12 Communications and other providers out there, you're going to reduce cost. Legacy TDM services are expensive. Cloud PBX solution, you get to leverage the network that you have in place today, right? You get to leverage the IP network that you have in place. So that means no additional fiber circuit, no additional copper circuit, no additional coax circuit as an example. And so you get to save a significant amount of cost, particularly if you're an organization that has a multi-site business, if you're multi-site and you had traditional TDM services at any of your locations or all of your locations, the savings have racked up in the hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. For example, I say small, but an organization with, let's say, 70, 80 sites, the savings has been hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. So it really makes up. In addition, equipment these days is significantly cheaper than it used to be. So gone are the days that you're going to pay potentially $400 for a phone, right? When you bought your 1,000, 1,100, 50 phones, the potential is that you probably paid $300 or $400 a phone. The devices these days have gone significantly down. In addition to that, there's also rental opportunities out there. So you make it part of your operating expense versus your CapEx. So there's no reason to free up a large budget for capital expenditures. So reducing cost, and that is a significant benefit. So by all means, if you haven't gotten a quote from G12 Communications, bounce it off of us. Take a look. You'll see the difference, and it's pretty significant. So reduces cost, number 1. Number 2, the scale is easy. So if you think about cloud PBX services, you've got a centralized solution. Now, in our case, it's in 3 different locations, Seattle, Dallas, and DC. But you've got one centralized location, and all you do is connect endpoints to it. So as a company that's scaling, whether you're scaling by sites and you're adding locations, or you're scaling by employees that are remote, or you're scaling by employees that are in a single location, it doesn't matter. The scale becomes easy. Adding services, adding users, removing users, adding features, additional features, all that becomes really point and click in a nice portal. So scaling is very, very easy. I just came from a meeting yesterday, and literally when they were updating users in their existing system, it took them 2 weeks, he said, to get it right. And so that's crazy. So easy scale is very important, particularly if you're a fast scaling company. So don't downplay the importance of being able to scale up or maybe even scale down, but being able to make those changes. The configuration, point number 3 or benefit number 3 is the configuration simplicity. So your call flows may be complicated, but the configuration is a flat network. It's a flat configuration. you likely have IP at every single one of your locations, or even dual IP with SD-WAN at your locations, or maybe just one location with, with one or two fiber circuits or one or two internet circuits, doesn't matter. But the idea is your configuration is flat. There's not routing that's complicated by this location routes to this location, routes to this PBX head end, and then gets delivered out to your trunking provider or your PSTN provider. The network becomes flat. You've got the centralized location and all of the locations or all the endpoints feeding into it. So doesn't matter how many, it could scale to hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands, or if you just have 50 users out there. So the infrastructure becomes very, very simplistic and flat. Feature rich. So reason number four is you've got a feature rich environment. Every company lists all the different features that they provide to you. Those features don't mean anything to you. In fact, I'm sure there's a study going on right now that's going to come out that's going to tell you the bells and whistles look amazing, but the adoption rate is really, really low, right? So what I advocate to our customers is, number one, let's learn your business. Thanks, Brad. Let's learn your business, right? Let's take a look at your business and understand how you use your services. And then we, as the experts in the telecom space or the experts in our system, can tell you, hey, here's some different ways you can utilize. Here's how you can use some text messaging. Here's how you can use some call routing. Here's how you can use some call queues. Here's how you can use some call tracking so that you can track marketing, as an example. So there's a ton of features out there, but the idea is that we need to understand your business first so that we can help you better utilize your communication platform or our communication platform. Again, we could toss all sorts of features at you. I guarantee you none of them are going to stick. They just won't stick because we don't know your business yet. But we take the time at G12 Communications to learn your business so we understand how you can implement services from us that make you a very, very happy customer and your business more efficient. And then number 5, the reliability of voice over IP these days is fantastic. And we tell everybody your phone system never goes down. You could have a power outage, internet failure, all sorts of issues on a local premises, right? And think about that PBX that's sitting in your closet today. Everything in that facility would then go down. And so what happens with voice over IP, though, because your phone system is replicated across multiple sites and multiple data centers, it doesn't matter if those endpoints go down because you have endpoints in your mobile device, endpoints in your PC, your endpoint, your phone endpoint, you could literally take somewhere else. I carry every now and then when I work from different places, whether I'm going to a hotel as an example, or working from a friend's house as an example. I like this Yealink phone that I have. It's got a little Wi-Fi adapter in the back. I love working on that phone. So if I know I'm going to be working in a location, I take a phone that's Wi-Fi enabled, and it's pretty cool. I use a soft phone also, but if I know I'm going to be on conference calls all day, I like a hard phone so that you just hit speakerphone. But let me just tell you, so the reliability of voice over IP these days is fantastic. So with the routing, you can do anything. So that's your 5 reasons, right? It reduces cost. It's easy to scale. It's not a very complicated layout. It's a very simple infrastructure. It is feature rich for your business, which enables efficiency for your business and productivity for your business. And then it's highly, highly reliable. So go out, investigate the providers that you're looking for or that you're looking at. And if you're not looking at G12, by all means, give us a shout. Let us take a look at your infrastructure. I guarantee that the reduced cost portion, or number 1 on the benefit list, is going to happen with G12 Communications. So you guys have a fantastic weekend. And as always, we look forward to supporting you someday as a customer. Thanks so much and take care. Have a good weekend.